What is up, everybody? Welcome to another video on the Outer Edge Gaming Communities channel. My name is Jin, and today we're going to be talking about IGN's video they posted about a week and a half ago now. I'm a little late on it, but it's a tour of 5 beautiful planets. And I do gotta say, we saw some pretty cool stuff that I think you guys will really enjoy. So let's hop right on into this, starting off with the first planet, Luil. Now, Luil is a very dry, barren planet. There's a lot of cactuses, tufts of grass, just poking out here and there. It's just a dry, barren place. It's what you'd expect it to be. Right here, we can see a container with a blue waypoint on it. Don't necessarily know what the blue diamond above it means exactly, but it's a certain type of resource in it. We also get to see a new base, which compared to the sleek design of the Korvax bases, this one's a little bit more rugged in design. So that leads me to believe that this one will be a different alien NPC's base and not a Korvax design base. Also, we get to see a very cool crab-like creature. Has 6 legs, some awesome devil horns shooting out the back of its head, and some like crab-like claws on it. So this leads me to believe that this will be a passive-aggressive creature. Why do I say that? Well, just the way it's walking and kind of not really approaching the player much. The player's pretty close to the creature, but I believe that if you attacked the creature first, then it would attack you. We also got to see the rocks that have the glowing symbols on it that we've seen on Bellari 5 before, and also the giant egg-like rock structures that we've seen before. And we've seen in previous footage before that when a player scans them, you can see all the glowing cubes shooting out of them, which signifies that they are indeed, and it was confirmed in this video by Ryan McCaffrey, that these are indeed chock full of resources. So if you ever do come across these, definitely be sure to mine them as much as you can to get the most out of them. And on to the next planet, we are talking about Yavil. Now, we've seen this planet, and I shouldn't be saying planet, this is a moon. We've seen this moon before. Bright green grass, bright red trees, super gorgeous planet, guys. I'd really love to be on it. Just like the lively and temperate environment is somewhere that I would like to be on that planet. And I just love the contrasting colors. I have to say that again, it's beautiful. Now, Ryan McCaffrey did mention that this is an ocean planet, and we have seen in footage before water on this planet. But that leads me to believe that this planet will be a lot like Earth in terms of climate and environment. We've seen that before, as this planet is full of life. I mean, here's some screenshots of just the various creatures just running around and having a good time on this planet. And he did mention that this will be a popular spot for alien travelers, per se. So that leads me also to believe that, and this is just a theory of mine, that tropical or temperate planets or moons will be a lot more popular with NPC races than compared to a barren shithole where nobody wants to be. So that's my view on it, and I think it supports it fairly well. And also, we get to see the weird pod object that we've seen in previous footage before, only this time the player walks close enough to it that we can hear it, and it sounds like this. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty weird sound. Don't really know if it's a life pod, and it's making that beeping noise to signify that something's in it, or what's up with those pods. We don't know what they are. But if you guys ever come across one of them in your travels, or if I do, I'll definitely be sure to cover that in a future video about all these random alien technologies that we're coming across. So on to the next planet, we are talking about Yziloi. Now, Yziloi is a very dry planet. I mean, it's very similar to a desert, and that it is a whopping 751.5 degrees Celsius. Now, you don't really want to be on the surface on this planet. The weather is extreme heat, so what does that mean for you? You need to be in the shade or in buildings as much as possible if you want to reduce your shields going down at a faster rate. But despite the extreme heat on this planet, there's actually quite a bit of life from what we've seen. Right here we get to see a screenshot with a leaf fan-like plant, as well as palm tree-like plants as well. But it's kind of cool just to see that there's some random plant life on this planet, so you're not just going to be seeing nothing but sand on here. So that's pretty cool. Right here in this screenshot, there's a weird sphere-like object that is floating above the ground. It has a little light coming out underneath it. But I've heard before that the Sentinels sleep. I don't know when they sleep, but this one definitely looks like one of the floating drones, and he's just sitting there floating above the ground. Right next to it, we also get to see a weird pod object slash container. Don't really know what that could be, but definitely just a little observation that I saw. And probably the coolest thing that we saw on Yziloi would be our first possible predator in No Man's Sky. However, we don't actually get to see it, unfortunately, because it is super dusty out, guys. I mean, we can't even see like 10 feet in front of us. But there is a quite large raptor-like creature off in the distance, but it's clearly a predator. I mean, I think if the player had gotten any closer, or if the creature had seen the player, they would have been attacked and had to defend themselves against this creature. So that's all I have for Yziloi, so let's go right on in to the next planet, Fleck. Now, Fleck is a very unique planet. We've never seen anything like this before, because this is a toxic planet. That's right, guys, this is our very first toxic planet that we have ever seen in No Man's Sky footage before. Now, what's so unique about this? Well, from what we've seen, there's a constant downpour of acid rain on this planet. So what's that mean for your suit? You're gonna need a better suit, or if your suit's good enough, you are going to need to be in shelter to reduce the wear and tear on your suit, so you don't have to keep on repairing it. However, despite the toxicity of this planet, it's quite lush and has some life on it. So let's talk about that for a little bit. Right here we get to see some mushrooms on the ground, some lichen just in here growing in random spots. And on the left side of the screen you could see a large fungal growth that is very vibrantly colored. I mean, it has some bright purple, some bright blue. Very cool to see. I'd actually love to see the entire structure instead of just the part that we saw, because it looks pretty darn cool. Also, we get to see a small Greedo-like creature, like Greedo from Star Wars. He's just sitting there, but I noticed in this screenshot, compared to most, and we've noticed this on other planets as well, with extreme environments, and that's that the edges of the screen acquire a certain texture depending on the extreme environment that you're in. So for instance, on Fleck, it's a toxic planet, so the edges of the screen look green and slimy. We notice on Bellari 5, the edges of your screen frost over, and on Yziloi, it looked very rash-like and very dry. So it's just the small details like this that really immerse you into the game, that really stuck out to me and that I really enjoyed. Also, we get to see, like, what the fuck are these guys? Like, these are some weird blob creatures, and I know some people love them. I personally don't really like them. I think they're quite repulsive. But let me know what you guys think about these. I'm not saying they're not unique, because this is very cool that we get to see these, because this is the first not really normal creature that we've seen so far in No Man's Sky. Very cool just to see a blob-like creature present in the game. And also, a small detail that you guys may have not noticed, but there's actually another creature in this footage right behind the blob creatures. So he's kind of hidden behind them, but he has like these large eyes, a big head, and he's just sitting there hopping behind them, as you can see right here. But it's just very cool how they kind of hid that in there, because I thought it was the tail of one of the blob creatures, but upon closer examination it is in fact an entire other creature by itself. Now, despite the life that I've shown you guys, this planet isn't full of life. As you guys can see in the background here, I can't tell if that's a dead tree or just a random fungus plant growing in the background, but there's really not much else out there. It is a barren wasteland still. It's very foggy, very dead looking. So this still isn't a friendly planet for you or for other life. So what you will see on Fleck or any other toxic planet will be mutated like creatures, so expect to be looking forward to things like that, I guess. But last but not least, we were talking about the notorious Bellari 5. Yes, so we've seen it all before, but for those of you guys who don't know, Bellari 5 is a very snowy planet. I mean, it's a whopping negative 163.4 degrees Celsius. I really don't want to be on that planet. I don't feel like freezing my cheeks off, but apparently we know Sentinels thrive on that planet. We've seen it before, the player being killed countless times by these Sentinels. But I did notice though in this footage that the player has a 1-star wanted level, so I don't know if that's just the demo build of the game and they have the Sentinels attacking off, or if it'll be similar to Grand Theft Auto 5's story mode, whereas 1 star means you're only being chased and you'll be apprehended, but you won't be attacked, whereas if you have a 2-star wanted level, then you will be attacked on sight. I assume it's probably just a demo build though, but that was just some thoughts on that. And also, Ryan McCaffrey also mentioned that this is a popular trading post on Bellari 5. So that got me thinking, I'm like, are there going to be popular trading posts and unpopular trading posts? Because if that's the deal, for you traders out there, that's going to be another element of complexity that you guys have to kind of factor in and work around, because if you're sitting there traveling around and there's an unpopular trading post, you don't really want to be at that one. You're going to have to avoid and find better trade routes if you want to find better success with your trading. So that was just my thoughts on the 5 planets. Just on a quick observation, I did notice though that in the video description it says there are 5 planets in No Man's Sky. Now you may be wondering, oh yeah, they're all planets. Well, they're not though. Here's the thing, because in the star system's description, which the star system's called Grafnengard only has 2 planets in its description. So that means 3 of the planets that we've seen are actually moons, and we know that Yavil is a moon, as that was confirmed in the 21 minutes of gameplay footage, and we know that Bellari 5 is a planet. Those are the only 2 things that we know are actually a planet and a moon in this star system. I think that Hello Games needs to include whether it's a planet or a moon when you're hovering over it in space, just so you can get some clarification as to, like, 1, the size, and 2, really just what they are in the star system, just because I know there's a lot of confusion going around there as to what's what. But yeah, that is all I have for this video. I really do hope you guys enjoy this. I plan on having a set schedule from now on. I want to start uploading every Wednesday for sure, but I'm going to be aiming for 3 No Man's Sky related videos every week, so I'm hoping for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. As well as I do want to start streaming my other content that I play. I really do. I play a lot of other games that I want to show you guys, so be looking forward to random videos of me playing random games, as well as a lot of No Man's Sky related content. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please feel free to like and subscribe. I don't really care if you do. I'm making this out of my own enjoyment. And if you guys have any comments or questions about this video or anything No Man's Sky related, please feel free to comment down below and I'll get back to you as fast as I can, which should be immediately in most cases. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time.